Welcome back. Week 3 of NFHell. I'm your host, Midwest Jet, Dames and Jas, back again. Today's special guest, Dames and Jas. How you guys doing tonight?
Real good.
Tired.
Why are you so
2-0.
tired?
I just drove 7 hours to do this show.
Bam.
From here.
2-0, you don't get tired.
That's right.
It's been a good year.
Shut up.
Before we get started, Dames, you got something on your shirt.
Yeah, today's episode is actually brought to you by Mahoney Fire and Sprinkler Incorporated. For all of your fire and sprinkler needs, call Bob Mahoney.
Call Bob. We all love Bob, dude.
He's the best.
Quality man.
Yeah.
All right,
All
what happened this week?
Oh, yeah. My bad. Big injury, San Fran. Good thing they kept Garoppolo because
Is it a big injury? Do they get better when he went down?
I feel like the Niners are like, it's one of those things where they're just going to luck out now, and Garoppolo is just going to be awesome because they were trying to put all their money in this kid. He breaks his ankle, and Garoppolo still hung around, and now he's going to come. And last time I think he played for them, they went to the NFC title game.
Is there a more punchable face in the NFL than Jimmy Garoppolo?
What do you
Michael
think?
Irvin.
He's not in the NFL anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, current
NFL-ians. I
Anyway,
mean,
so that's a big injury. He's out for the year, probably. Yeah.
Might help some receivers' fantasy values though.
that's
If you're
true.
into that. If you're into that.
We are.
I mean, are you saying Debo is better under Garoppolo than he would be?
I'm saying
I'm saying he proved last year that he can be really good, but I mean, we obviously don't. We don't know.
I
The
also
real
feel
answer.
like they had guys like Mullins come in, and that guy was slinging too.
true.
Mullins was like
Never their big problem for me.
Mullins was picked up in fantasy. He was doing that good. Yeah, that's real.
I know.
Well, I mean, I feel like their offensive scheme is good. It's a Shanahan system, man. Once you get that down, kind of like the Jets, once they get that down, they're just going to be it's unstoppable.
All right, you're talking about the Jets too much, so let's move on to the next injury.
Let's move on.
The suspension.
Talk about crazy games last week. Talk about one of them though.
Suspension.
Yeah, suspension game. Go ahead.
Yeah, Buccaneers, Saints, big brawl down there. Evans. Did anybody hear what he said? What happened? I mean, I don't know. Somebody like say something to Brady or get in his face. Mike Evans.
Brady was defending Brady. That's all I heard.
His quarterback. That's his quarterback.
Right, he's defending the GOAT, and he got a 1-game suspension for. I've seen worse. I've seen worse get no suspension.
Appeal upheld.
Yeah.
Right.
My favorite part of it too is Arians he gets a warning from the league. The league, don't do that again, Bruce. Bruce is like, come on.
I'll see you on the golf course, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I got rounds on the next. I got the next.
Yeah, no kidding. Any other injuries we can think of? I feel like nothing that big. I mean, maybe Kirk Cousins' ego got a little injured again on primetime. We'll get back to that. We'll get to that game anyway.
Dude, primetime.
What is up with that? Okay. Right.
The good news is they only have like 1 or 2 more primetime, I read, or something. So they should make the playoffs. They might get a day game the first round, but if they make it any further than that, it's over.
At the house against Cousins.
All right,
we're gonna recap last week.
I don't know if there's any other big news.
I know. That's what I'm kind of saying. I feel like actually that's a good thing. We probably don't like a lot of players getting injured at least.
Updates. I mean, Dak is out for what?
Still, like
I still reiterate, dude. I've never seen a guy come back with a plate in his thumb and be the same. I just don't think.
Yeah.
I think he's done.
Yeah, you have experience with that.
Right, and the thing is they're like he could come back in 2 weeks, 5 weeks, but like you said, so you're telling me he's going to come back early and then be like you said with that in his thumb. Okay.
Right. I mean, Kurt Warner, that ruined his career for the Giants and started Eli's a thumb. He couldn't throw it anymore. It happens. Season over.
Career.
Russell
Could you imagine?
That did we say that Jamal Adams is out for the year? Did we say?
Oh, I don't know when that happened, but
I don't know if
He's out for the year.
he is officially. Maybe we didn't know actually last.
I don't think we did. We mentioned the injury and he was made of glass, but he's gone for the year.
that sucks.
Quad.
Weird, and I think the Jets turned that into Zach Wilson.
All right, you're talking about the Jets too much. Let's talk about the games.
Yeah, let's go through our picks, bro.
Let's do it.
Chargers Chiefs. I started off the week.
Well, first of all, what was your record this week?
Oh, my record coming in was 500, 8-8, and I had a pretty good week this week. I finished 10-6. So,
Oh boy,
how about you, bud?
not so good. I was 10-6 last week, but this week I was all over the place. 7-9 this week.
Did you pick the Panthers? You
know I did. I routinely said the Giants are the worst team in the NFL in this.
I know. Look at me. I got 20 points already in some other league. I know. Just off those guys.
That's good.
You know,
That was good. That was good. All right, go ahead.
Who'd you take in that first week? The Chiefs at home?
I had the Chargers because remember when I said I had to stand by my guns, man. I had to say that Herbert was going to have a tough time going into KC, but I didn't realize that he was going into KC before it got cold. So I said, since he's playing in the fine weather, that he has no excuse. And well, they came close, but
He got beat up too.
I don't feel bad about that choice. I stand by it even though they lost.
Yeah, and the thing is, watching that game too, I was like, I think the Chargers are going to do it. They're just playing well, all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, just like that, kind of like all the time, the Chiefs all of a sudden score 17, 21 points, whatever, take the lead, and then their defense can start blitzing and doing all those things where Herbert, got, like you said, crushed.
Yeah, they got Spags. He knows how to bring the pressure if you get a lead for him.
Yep. All right. Next game of the week. My team, one of the craziest games I've seen, one of the craziest games since 2001. I don't know if you guys know this. 2,300 plus games have been played since this has happened. And the New York Jets are on the good end. On the good end. The Jets beat the Browns. I picked them. You picked them.
I picked them.
I picked them because, well, fuck Cleveland, really. I mean,
yeah. Turds, man. The turds.
I was like, you know what, Jails? I'm going to give you one last chance. I'm going to pick the Jets. And if they don't, I mean, even with Flacco, Broadway Joe, too.
Broadway. I know, right? Could you imagine the storyline, the 2022 Jets from Joe to Joe? How two Joes brought championships to New York.
Okay, let's back off on that a little bit.
I mean, I was as the Giants were about finishing 2-0 is when I was checking in on that Jets game as well. With
we'll get there, and won't be happy enough when we're past it.
You're right.
Go ahead.
Right.
Okay, all right. Commanders Lions. I took the Lions in this one. And again, I feel I am not even a Lions fan, but I swear every time I watch them, I just get fired up, man. Like, good coach, the team just rallies around him. And then, I misspoke a little bit about Goff. He's kind of proven me wrong. So I feel like he's playing well. Swift is a stud at running back. And again, they're playing for their coach. They're playing for pride. And now they're kind of winning. Last year, they lost a lot of these close games, and here we see him winning. So love it. Dames, what do you got? What do you think?
Well, you know that I picked the Lions to win that game, and they did. Yeah. I like the Lions. I mean, I hear you, dude. Like, when my team is at the precipice of falling apart, I can't stand our coach. We lost our quarterback. I'm looking at all the other teams like, I covet that. I don't covet anything from the Giants or Jets, just throwing that out there.
Our coaches are pretty good.
My defense is up and coming, so you'll know it by the end of the year.
Dude,
I think it was a mistake.
Yeah. New York.
Right. Move on.
All right. Bucs Saints. Again, the Bucs I picked them and they squeak by. They look like trash, pretty much. Like their offensive line play, man, it better start gelling or Tom's in for a long season. I mean, they're winning these squeakers, but eventually it's not. The ball's going to start.
Here's the thing, dude. Time Evans was thrown out of the game, he had 0 receivers left. I mean, his 2 main guys are out. They're out. And when Evans went out, like he still managed to turn it into a blowout because Jameis Winston lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. Did you see his speech last week? And
I don't know. I don't want to hear an excuse.
I don't want to.
It was
but I do. I can't wait to see how Jas brings the Giants into this matchup.
Oh, fuck Tom Brady. I mean, we did beat him twice in 2 Super Bowls.
There you go.
Okay, well, there you go. You asked for it.
Son of a bitch.
You're welcome.
All right.
Well, we can lead into the next one, Jas. I guess you can talk about your victory on, Giants Panthers. What's your overall thought process on that game? Like, obviously you won, but how'd you?
The great Graham Gano comes back to beat his former team yet again, and we're playing without our best 2 pass rushers. 2 of our best 3, and we're getting it done on defense right now. So I'm happy about that. Offense, obviously, nervous. Dimes has been rushed, hit, sacked, whatever. Top of the league again, and Saquon can only do so much when they start loading the box up. So he's gonna have to prove he can get it done down the field. But it's 2-0.
2-0,
First time in a long time. So yeah, that feels good.
So, okay. I didn't pick the Giants. I said they're the worst team in football, but there might be something in that first game, dude. That call to go for the win.
The balls.
Dude, might have ignited that team and been like, all right, coach.
All right, we play for you. He plays for us.
It's out there every week for you. And I'm happy for you, dude. I really am, because
thank you.
The rest of your life is just miserable.
A beautiful family. Yeah, we're miserable.
Your beautiful kids and wife, whatever.
Right.
Besides that.
All that garbage. No, I am.
I have to actually work for money and stuff. Yeah, it sucks.
I'm happy for you because I know what it's like to be a diehard fan of a team that sucks.
Yeah, who doesn't? I did pick the Giants as well because I hear Jas, just like you've noticed within a 10-minute conversation, he's already mentioned the Giants 38 times. So you kind of they are going to be pretty good this year. Yeah, they are, but I mean, I did watch a couple Saquon Barkley interview. I actually thought he was going to be rejuvenated coming back into the season. All right, we'll move on. Again, we can mention the Giants in this one. Patriots, Steelers. I, for some stupid reason, have taken the Patriots twice now, right? And this time I was right, but I hate it. They win some stupid game. I picked them, but I wanted the Steelers. Anyway, what do you got?
Dude, that when in matchups like this, or any matchup really, I look at the coaches and I usually go, man, I'm gonna pick the better coach. I love Tomlin. You know that. I fucking hate the Steelers, but I love Tomlin.
Yep.
Belichick's a better coach just by a smidge.
By a smidge. And I've always heard the saying, sportscasters say, the best coach and quarterback combo is kind of who usually gets the edge. So I would say, it'd be the same thing. I feel Mac Jones, I guess.
Yeah, Trubisky is an experiment. I don't think he's a solution.
Oh.
He's an experiment. But I was wrong. Again, fuck my life.
They're hoping for the rejuvenation out of the change of scenery for Trubisky. So, but yeah.
He's garbage. He looked great in the preseason, but these first 2 games are not impressive. They should not have won week 1.
Not
the defense.
The Bengals.
What's going on with the Bengals? Yeah.
Dude, I'm sure we'll get
hangover.
We'll get to hear about it.
Hangover.
That's not wrong. All right, let's move on. Colts, Jags last week. Dude, Jags at home have beat the Colts 8 straight times now at home.
Is it a shutout?
No, it wasn't this time, but is it the weather? Can the Colts not?
It was this time.
Oh, it was this time. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
You guys both look confused, and I'm like, oh, never mind. I guess I'm wrong.
This was my who gives a shit bowl for this week. And fuck the Colts. I can't. I'm done with
Can't
them.
believe it.
They prove it. I'm done because I picked them, and they just weren't enough to get past the flowing locks of Trevor Lawrence.
But are the Jags that good now?
I mean, they're definitely not the worst team in the NFL.
Right.
If he makes the leap and can do that all year,
I guess getting 2 number 1 picks in a row will do that for you, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. We're not going to talk about that game much more. Dolphins, Ravens, one of the craziest games of the week. And of course, Tua Tebow, 6 freaking touchdowns. Are you kidding me? I felt like the Ravens were like just coasting in this game. I saw Lamar like halfway through when they were like up, and I saw him throw like overthrown. They're just like, I felt like they didn't keep the fucking pedal down, you know.
So I have to make a public apology for this game.
Okay.
A gal I know in the Twitterverse, she knows that I have an NFL show that I host called NFHell. She may not have watched it. She may watch it. She may never watch it again after this, but she asked me for some fantasy advice. She said,
no.
I have Matt Stafford
or Tua
against who they play? Who the Rams play?
Oh, the Scrams, they played the
Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta.
She's like, I got Stafford against Atlanta or Tua against Baltimore. And I was like, well, that's an easy choice. I was like, every analyst in the world is going to tell you.
right.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion. The Falcons might now be the worst team in the NFL. And I was like, Baltimore is typically pretty good on defense. And Tua is unproven. Well, fuck. Shit.
Guy in our league didn't start Tua. I mean, I feel like you did.
I don't think.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's the right call.
Sorry, not sorry, Twitter friend.
You know what? I want to know how many people out there actually have Tua on their fantasy team and started him.
Yeah. Especially and then
fuck you sons of bitches.
Who'd you start over? Who'd you start over? Tebow Tua. All right. Again, that was a crazy game though. Like, right?
We have a Dolphin fan in our league, and he didn't even draft Tua. So that kind of says what people think of him.
I mean,
sorry. Moving on.
All right. Falcons, Rams. Rams again found a way to win. Falcons suck. I mean, I feel like this was one of those games where you're like, Cup just continuing his Triple Crown run. Like, what is going on? He just keeps going. Best 2-year so far. Not if he keeps this up. If any receiver of all time, right? Over Rice, over Moss, like
for everyone.
I know you don't like the Scrams, but you saw his numbers last year, right?
He's no Largent, okay?
He's no Steve Largent. I like it.
Steve, please. Anyway, Rams took that one. I'm pretty sure we all picked the Scrams, right? We all picked the Scrams.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything else to say about that lame game? It was kind of boring, actually.
You're talking shit about Steve Largent, though?
You better not.
I'm not talking.
I'll tune you up, bitch.
I'll tune you up. A Wesley Walker all over your ass.
Nice.
All right. Next game. Yeah, that game was kind of like you're up on this one first, James. Your boys at Niners. What happened, dude? What happened?
Dude, I mean, the reality happened. We realized what we were, and then we hurt the quarterback that gave us the better chance of beating them. As soon as Garoppolo came in, I knew that we lost. And that sucks because
that does suck.
Typically, I think we're like 13 out of the last 17 we've won. So, and I fucking hate losing to the Niners because their fans are such pieces of shit. Yeah, and you can comment in the section below here.
Yeah.
You're one of those pieces of shit. Definitely want to hear from you, you piece of shit. But I was wrong. All right, I was wrong. Shit.
So you don't like the Niners then? Wasn't sure.
I don't. The farty whiners is what I call them.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this game is one of those games where I literally just saw the headline Trey Lance got hurt, and that's it. I didn't really like watch any.
And you're like, oh, so they won.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, that is the truth. That's the truth. Jas, you start with this one. Bengals Cowboys. They're in your division. They got a win against the defending, AFC champs. What, did you watch any of that game or see any of it?
Yeah, they got a guy by the name of Parsons, I think. He's pretty good and he wrecks games. And then, I of course picked the Bengals, to get off their 0-1 start and beat a team with a quarterback that doesn't even know how to play football, as we'll see this coming Monday night. And yeah, their defense is really good and their offense sucks. So
it's shameless at this point.
Yeah. Because I'm shamed.
It really is.
Who'd you take last week on this game, Dave?
I took the Bengals, dude.
Me too.
Why wouldn't I?
Right. I was thinking the same as Jas. They got to get off this.
There's no way that they can have as poor a performance as they did the week before. Dak's dead.
They had enough chances. They still had their chances too. It's pathetic.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Fuck the Bengals, dude.
Yep, Bengals are back to the old Bungles. All right, Texans Broncos. Russ, dude, he got a win against the Texans barely.
He broken?
Yeah, he is.
This is the second terrible game in a row by Denver. I don't care if they win. It was opener. They have big things predicted for them. They spent all that money on their quarterback, and we get their next 3 first-round picks. So
let's ride. So you're saying let's ride.
Although I picked them, I was kind of hoping they would lose because I want that draft pick.
Yeah.
All right. We were able to get, Thibodeau and Neal off of a trade and, 2 picks real early when we sucked. So yeah, something to look forward to.
I love that people know a lot about the NFL, but all the shit you're talking about, nobody has any clue of it because it's
new knowledge. It's new knowledge.
You're learning, man.
New knowledge.
New knowledge.
That's why we brought you here.
All right. Oh, one of my favorite things about watching the NFL is I have a lot of friends and family that are Raiders fans, and every year they think they're going to be so freaking good. And oh my God, we got Devontae Adams. We're going to do this. All of them in our Pick'em league, they only have one chance to lose a game. They all pick the Raiders this week and lose. And it's crazy because they should have won this game, actually.
Right.
They should have won, but Kyler Murray did a Kyler Murray thing. I mean, so again, Josh McDaniels sucks.
That was the play of the weekend.
Yeah.
The Murray play was the play of the weekend.
Yep. Go back to New England, be an offensive coordinator.
Tua's fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Dude, I'm just watching him. He's blowing people up. But that also kind of proves my point about Mahomes having Tyreek Hill. That guy's just a gift.
Oh,
Patrick Mahomes is going to be all right because he's still good. But I watched Tyreek Hill bail him out many, many times.
Right.
It just makes me wonder if he's as good as, say, Justin Herbert and you can't use that one game.
Right. We'll see. Yeah. Going forward.
All right.
I mean, here's the thing. The Ravens defense also might not be as good as you think it is because, again, the Jets' time of possession against the Ravens week 1 was 40, about even. They just
right. Well, I don't.
So
Baltimore's defense is great, but typically
6 touchdowns.
Mahomes did throw 5 in the game already this year, so I think he might be better without Hill because he can just spread it out and not have to have that diva that wants it where Tua's just going to launch it to him because he's that good, maybe. And Tua hasn't reached the level Mahomes reached where he can't. One alpha dog is enough. One alpha is enough.
Plus 2.
That's why we play the seasons out so we can figure this shit out.
Yeah, it's only week 2, so let's not overreact to, Lions or anybody else.
All right, the Sunday night game, I'm pretty sure we all predicted right. It was Bears at Packers. We all talked about Rodgers. I own you. That didn't change at all. Bears scored first. It was like, oh my God. No.
I picked the Bears, dude.
You did?
Yeah, because I believe.
Why? At Lambeau, bro? I could see maybe at Soldier Field at Lambeau. And Rodgers lost.
Why did you do this last week when I made the call?
I don't know. I must have been somewhere else.
Hey, guess what I did? Bet on Fields to score first touchdown. $5 turned into $125 on the DraftKings, which I don't know if we're going to promote those guys once they sponsor the channel, but do your betting there, please.
But if you're gonna need fire and sprinklers,
Mahoney.
Boom. Omaha Public Schools, give them a call.
Money Mahoney.
All right. Also, I misspoke earlier. The Jets got AVT and Garrett Wilson for Jamal Adams.
Who cares?
Just making sure. I don't want people coming on here. You don't even know.
Does everyone know who AVT is?
No one cares or knows anything about the Jets. So whatever you
All right.
say is the knowledge that they will have on the Jets.
Welcome to my NFHell.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm not even sure that Jas should be on here with
Right. I'm 2-0. It's kind of hard to feel like I'm in hell right now when I'm on top of both of you. Figuratively and
All right.
literally.
What was the next game?
Titans Bills. This one was, my God. Again, how do the Bills not win the Super Bowl if they just stay healthy?
And if anyone picked the Titans,
No, they didn't. No one's picking against the Bills.
Dude, I feel like even Henry was like, yeah, we gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't really want to run that hard. This defense is flying around. Oh my God, it was.
just wait for next week.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Giants don't play the Bills or the Titans, do they? No.
So we all picked Buffalo. No,
Already
Yeah.
beat the
Last
beat
game
the
of the week was pretty. I don't know if it was surprising, but wow, are the Eagles now a top NFC team? I mean, they crushed the Vikings.
well, I definitely want to hear. I want to hear what Jas has to say about this.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
bullshit are you gonna blow up my ass right now?
All
Yeah.
right. So, like I said earlier, let's not overreact. Yes, they look like they are one of the top NFC teams at the moment. Jalen Hurts is playing at a very high level. He's a man, but will you last a full season running around like that, carrying 3-4 people on you? Time will tell. But yes, I hate the fucking Eagles, but they look to be like a top, 2 team in the NFC East and, a top 4 or 5 team in the entire NFC.
That's fair. I agree with that. I also, it kind of sucks for the Vikings though, in a way. Like week 1, Jefferson looks like a beast. They're all coming around. Their defense has been done. They just come out and shit the bed.
Dude,
we talked about
Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
on primetime.
Yeah.
What the hell, bro? Figure it out.
Right. Like, what the hell? You're like the
Too
guy
much.
at practice who's awesome, and then you get into a game and you just suck.
Like too much time to think all day. He can't stop thinking, so he gets all crazy by the time the game shows up. Instead of, he needs to change his sleep schedule, man.
Right. All right. Let us know how you guys did down below. Comments. Tell us what your record is, who you're picking, why you're not picking what we pick. Because, I mean, I have a winning record, so I don't know why people wouldn't pick what I pick. Dames,
Subscribe.
you know what I'm saying?
Subscribe.
Yeah. Share it with all your friends.
What
Pick
is your
them.
record? I'm
Your
17.
record right now overall? Let me see here. Jails
18 and 14 was yours.
18 and 14.
How did you beat me?
One game up. I know. And look at that. Flippy flop.
All right.
Flippy flop.
This week I'm gonna destroy you.
Okay, well, I already have my picks right here. But
All right.
Are we on to this week?
Yep,
yeah,
we're on.
Of
But before we move on to the new picks, for all your fire and sprinkler needs, holy fire and sprinkler,
Do we know if they travel out to the desert at all?
we'll go wherever you need them.
they did. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's just a text away.
I'll need them. All right. Who we got week 1? Or
NFL
week 1, week 3.
week
My
3.
bad.
Your week 1. I mean, I guess 3.
Sure, that's what I was
Who are the
thinking.
week one?
Okay.
Week 1.
Week 1. All right, we're gonna start first game. Steelers at Turds. Browns. That's Browns. If you didn't know.
Oh. Go ahead, guest.
Yeah, guest. Go ahead, guest.
I really don't pick against, 4 of the Browns, so I'll have to go with the Steelers, of course, even though they're missing one of the best defensive players in the league. I think they just don't mess up enough for the Browns to take advantage.
All right,
Steelers.
James. Who you got?
All right. It's no surprise that I'm still hurt by Super Bowl 40. The Super Bowl that was stolen from us by the Steelers.
Hasselbeck.
And so I hate them. I really do. I hate everything about them. I hate their stupid logo. I hate their stupid helmet that only has one.
Side of it.
What the
One logo.
fuck
They
is that?
like they forgot to put it on the other
Yeah,
side the first time.
Are you guys poor? I mean, to borrow some money from the Allen family and get that logo on the other side. But Cleveland.
What year was that?
05.
Most of our watchers weren't even born yet.
Cleveland. They're just. I have no confidence in them and their coach. Here's one where I'm looking at the coaches. Tomlin pulls it up. So
Okay.
Pittsburgh. What about
All
you?
right. I'm with both of you. I got Pittsburgh, even though it's on the road. I've now seen the Browns turn it out against the Jets. I mean, number one. Number two, they had a players only meeting this week, in which I'm just like, yeah, who do you got in there? Who's leading the way? Dick Toucher. You got Garrett hit your head with a helmet guy. Like, they don't really have a leader on their team. They have douchebags. Like, they're just not hiring high character guys. I mean, the reason Tom Brady wins, yes, he's great. It's because his work ethic, and he leads by example of not being he's not going to punch someone in the face with a helmet or touch someone's wiener or touch his own wiener, whatever you want to talk about. I hate the Browns too. They're one of my worst. I hate that team so much.
Could send pics to reporters.
Yeah.
Or have feet obsession tattoos on his arm. But whatever.
Dude. Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
Let's go get a snack.
That's right. We're all on Pittsburgh.
Hey, Brett Favre's a Packer. He's not a Jet. Let's be real about that.
He is a Packer. You're right.
Packer. He's actually in deep. Anyway, I start this next one. Abdi. Bengals at Jets. I'm going Jets. 3 straight weeks. I'm picking them so far. 50-50. I do think we have the Bengals number. It's one of these games I'm letting you guys know, and you're probably thinking right now, there's no way the Bengals start 0-3. But I'm telling you, the last, I want to say a few times we beat the Bengals. Last year, we only won 3 games. One of those wins was Bengals. I'm going to have Sauce shutting down old Jamar Chase all game long. Shuts down half the field, and then Super Bowl hangover, man. It's real. It is real. Jets 24, Bengals 13. 2-1 start for Joe Broadway Flacco. Dames, what you got?
The Bengals.
Cool. Jas, go ahead.
Go ahead. That's all I have to say.
I got the Bengals.
Okay, all right, we're moving on to the next game. We don't need to hear your bullshit about this game. All right, Saints, Panthers. We'll start with the guest on this one. It's Saints at Panthers. Who you got there, G-Man Jas?
Saints at Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Panthers defense is better than people think. And I think Baker Mayfield is still what the people think. So they will lose.
Okay. So who are you taking then? Saints? The Aints? Okay.
The Aints.
Okay.
I'll go mark in.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to agree with you on that one. I think the Saints have a better defense. Again, I'm going to agree with our guest last week. Baker Mayfield just looks shaky. Like, he just doesn't look. I feel like, is his arm injured still? Does he need to have shoulder surgery? I mean, I just feel like his arm has gotten weaker as he's became a pro.
The Giants dominated him. Yeah, he is not good.
I don't think he's good either. So I'm going to go Ain't Saints. How about you, Dames? We're 2 and me and Jeff.
Do I change my pick here just to be different?
Remember what happened last week and you just changed to be different and you went losing record, but the week before you didn't.
Remember the week before I predicted 4 upsets and they all came to pass.
You should go with your instincts.
Gosh,
or you shouldn't.
This one's tough because I really hate both those teams. Don't really care much about them, but I think the defense of New Orleans is superior, and I think both quarterbacks are going to be turnover machines in this game. And really, it's just going to come down to who has less turnovers. So, but I got to go with New Orleans, even though it's at Carolina, even though what's his face is still healthy.
Winston.
No, the running back dude,
Christian
McCaffrey. Yeah.
That's right. Right.
All right.
Hit factor. If Carolina can pull it off, it ain't gonna be because of Baker. It's gonna be because McCaffrey goes nuts. But
That's true.
Going New Orleans.
You're going New Orleans. All right. Lions, Vikes. I'm going to start this one off. I'm going to stay with the Lion bandwagon. People are all jumping on it. But again, I do think they're playing well. Now I feel like Kirk Cousins is going to be questioning his confidence a little bit down. The Lions, like I said, their coach has got that team playing well. So I'm going to say Lions in a close one. It's a divisional game. They're always close, and it's at Minnesota. But I think they go into Minnesota and win. So Lions over Vikings. Jas, who you got?
I think I'm going to take the home team on this one. That crowd is pretty good there up in Minnesota. They don't have a whole hell of a lot else going on up there. So they get it rocking. And this time of year is when the teams that are typically good start to get into form. Some players take a little longer to get into that game shape. And, you know, the gritty should be happening a couple times. I'm going to go with the Vikes.
All right, James.
Well, since the Twins shit the bed, they ain't making the playoffs, we look to the Minnesota Vikings. And Minnesota Vikings are at home, skull in full effect. And it's not prime time, baby. So I got to go with the Vikes.
All right. Next up, Chiefs, Colts. I would say beginning of the year, everyone was pretty excited for this game. Like, oh my gosh, two great teams, the Colts defense, the Chiefs offense. But as we move forward into the season, now we see and we notice the Chiefs are definitely the better team in this one. The Colts are not playing well at all. I feel like Jonathan Taylor, use him. But then who do you throw to? So their defense has their middle linebackers been out. Leonard, Shaq, Diesel. So I feel like the Chiefs roll in this one. I feel like they're playing very well as well. So I'm going to go Chiefs over the Colts. Dames, who you got?
I'm not picking the Colts again until they prove they deserve it. And quite frankly, I'm pissed off that I've chosen them twice and they've completely shat the bed both times.
Right. Jas, I'm going to assume you're going with us.
They're
on
the
this.
most disappointing team for me right now.
Yeah, me too, dude. I put $100 on them win the Super Bowl when I was in Vegas.
Well, you know, when a team gets 0-2, their backs against the wall. They have a veteran quarterback, but he's not Pat Mahomes. They have a coach, but he's not Andy Reid. So to those 2 points that you guys have been kind of talking about, I don't see that either. So Chiefs on the road, taking that division 3-0.
Yep. All right. Speaking of that division, we're going to stay in it. Jags, Chargers. This one's in California. So the Jags are going to have to travel all the way across the country. I always think that's bad news bears. I know the Chargers are a little banged up, but I'm going to go Chargers at home. I think they bounce back from that defeat. And not because the Jags aren't good, but I just feel like I said, they're going to travel across the country and they beat a crappy Colts team now. So who really knows who they are? I'm going Herbie at home. Chargers. Jas, who you got on this one?
I got to agree with you on this one as well. Hopefully Herbert is healthy. Otherwise, you know, Jacksonville's primed for another win. Their defense played great. It's Trevor Lawrence taking that step. You know, a few more games we'll know for sure. But yeah, right now I'm going to go with Herbert and the Lightning Bolts.
James, who you got? Who you got in this
This
one?
game intrigues the shit out of me, you guys, because this could be the awakening of Trevor Lawrence. We don't know. Like I said, don't want to overreact, but he has looked somewhat I mean, last year was awful. Just
right.
awful.
But think about what he went through, dude. Oh my
Well,
God.
and I also think about why this is why Mahomes sat a year.
Would have
Because
done a lot of good for.
yeah, and I mean, we
Exactly.
all look at him and say, "Why didn't he play right away?" Well, we're not the ones that know, and clearly they've done all right with that. Lawrence was thrown into the fire, clearly wasn't ready. Looks like a whole different guy this year. I disagree with you on the travel across the country when it's coming that way, when it's going
Okay.
east to west. When it's west to east, those guys are playing at 10 in the morning, basically.
Right.
And that to me is a much more difficult than playing later on. So
Okay.
I would agree with. Yeah.
I mean, it's still a long ways to travel. I give you that, but the lag is not the same. It doesn't have the same effect. I still got to go Chargers because I think that Herbert's the best quarterback in the NFL. I say it routinely.
You definitely said it every week.
But I want to watch this game. I definitely will be watching this game. So, Chargers.
All right. Pretty intriguing game as well. Because we've kind of been talking about these games. Packers at Bucks. We got future Hall of Famers playing against each other, both Super Bowl champs. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have as many weapons, but Bucks are missing their biggest weapon on offense. It is in Tampa. This is probably one of the toughest ones. I'm going to go MVP Aaron Rodgers on the road. I feel like they maybe going to start gelling. Kind of like what Jas was saying earlier about teams about week 3. You're kind of maybe understanding each other a little more. And we kind of saw that week 1. He didn't have Lazard. Young receivers were running wrong routes. Aaron Jones didn't play that well. Week 2, Lazard comes back. Aaron Jones was a beast. I feel like they keep rolling. And like I said, the Bucks offense just doesn't seem like it's in sync. Dames, who you got?
I actually want to hear what Jas has to say before I give my.
Okay, all right. Let's move it on down. Go ahead, bro.
All right. I don't like Tom Brady.
Oh, wow. Novel.
We share the same dislikes.
And they're out Mike Evans.
And Godwin.
And Godwin.
All their receivers are out.
And whoever else.
Isn't Bologna out on their line too? Iowa. I feel like he's
and the Packers are running the shit out of the ball right now, which makes Aaron Rodgers' job that much easier when he has a bunch of amateurs running routes. Packers.
All right. James, who you got?
I thought you were going to say Packers because I also have the Packers, but
Is this the old switcheroo?
Packers, I'm going to change it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't really give a shit if I win this thing or not outright. But I want I want to have discrepancy, and I want to give myself the chance to catch up on some of these other games. But here's the thing. Yes, the odds are against Tom Brady right now. Aaron Rodgers is coming in with a better team right now. But I don't think Tom Brady's the GOAT quarterback for everybody. All right. He's not the greatest quarterback. He's the greatest winning quarterback, which means he knows how to find ways to win when it's improbable. Like I said, when you look at the quarterback position, there's much better slingers of the ball. Like Peyton Manning comes to mind, Warren Moon comes to mind. I can name 10 better quarterbacks, but I can't name 10 better winning quarterbacks. Guys that just know how to win with like dink and dunk, whatever you got to do.
Right.
I mean, he just does it. So that's why I feel okay going against the two of you and picking Tampa.
All right.
Okay. Fair enough.
You're taking the dink and dunk, huh?
I'm switching my pick officially to Tampa.
Okay. I mean, here's the next pick, and this is one of those that I'm going to start with. It's in my division, Bills Dolphins. I'm easily picking the Bills again just because they're hot. I'm not saying the Dolphins aren't going to play well. I feel like they're playing well as well, but it's the Bills, and I'm just going to keep riding the Bills until they lose. I feel like that could pretty much be all season. Again, they're so good. Their running game's good. Their passing game's good. Their defense is good. They don't really have any holes. So Bills, I'm going to say Bills are going to stay on a roll. They're big. They're going to score over 40 again, and they're going to beat the Dolphins because the Dolphins defense isn't that good. Dames, you look surprised. What are you thinking?
Oh boy. Well, my better brain says Buffalo's going to win this game. However,
here we
whatever explosion that happened on Sunday has me giddy because I have several of his rookie cards. And they're graded. They're all graded 9.5. So I'm like,
if you'd like to purchase one,
what I thought was a waste of money, but it's probably going to be a waste of money. But
it's not made in the regular season games, Damon. So I mean, he could do this now, but that ain't going to create too much value.
You're right. So I'm gonna keep my pick and say
using the brain. Jas, what about you? What you got in this one?
I liked everything you said, and I think you forgot to mention who they had at quarterback. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Josh Allen and the Bills. Maybe the MVP and best player in the league right now.
And leads people to their fantasy championship in certain leagues.
Time will tell.
Is this some kind of inside joke? Jesus Christ.
Inside league.
Hey, we don't need to take the Lord's name to make a point on this
We
show.
didn't.
Oh, yes. We got to be using more of those in this show. Okay, I got you.
Raiders, Titans. Okay, and here's the thing. Now, I hate this game. This is like one game now. I'm just like, God, this is so lame, dude. The Raiders to me are one of those teams who are like, yeah, they're not. They're not good. Their defense isn't good enough. DC isn't the man. He's not. He's not the man. People keep saying he might be, he could be. 12 years in, shouldn't you know if he's the man or not? He's not. I'm taking Titans at home. Tannehill, Henry, their defense is better. The Raiders are just playing like trash. I hate, and I'm going out there. I just don't like the Raiders. Jas, who you got on this one?
Well, I've seen what the Titans are this year, and they don't look like they are also ready to, repeat as the 1 seed in the AFC like they were last year after they lost to the Giants in week 1. I believe they got destroyed by the Bills in week 2. And I just don't think they're a good football team right now. And I think the Raiders can score enough points to beat them because the Titans I don't see them scoring over 17 points ever, unless Henry wakes up.
Ever. Dames, Marvs, who you got in that one?
I got the Raiders. They got to come off of it at some point.
Do they though?
They do.
The Raiders. Jails will lose that one. Yep.
Probably not. All right. Ravens at the Patriots. Ravens just came off a choke game, but they still scored a bunch of points. Patriots aren't playing well, even though they found a way to win. I'm going to go Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson over Belichick and Mac Attack. I'm going to go Ravens on the road, coming into Foxborough and beating the cheaters. Ravens. Who you got, Dames?
I love how you're bringing my own logic against me. Coach and QB versus coach and QB. I mean, this one's closer than you think because for any of the shortcomings of Harbaugh versus Belichick are made up by the massive difference between Mac Jones and
yeah.
So I got Baltimore.
Okay. Jas, pay the man. Who you got?
All right. Just as Damon mentioned his hatred for the Steelers, you may remember the Giants of 1999 played a Raven defense. That was really good. And so, since we've beaten the Patriots in 2 other Super Bowls, I'm going to pick the Patriots because I hate the Ravens. It's at home. You know, if Belichick is the genius that everyone keeps saying he is without Tom Brady, he's got to win a few of these games, and they're probably going to be at home. So he'll stifle Lamar, and, you know, it'll be a game-winning field goal or something stupid like that. Patriots.
All right.
I like the logic.
Yeah, I like the logic too. Great job. Great job, guest. We're going to let you start this one out as well. It's in your division. You hate both these teams, I'm assuming. You probably hate one more than the other. Eagles, the stupidest name in football and in sports, against the Commanders. God, that's the dumbest name. Every week, I'm going to say it.
Agreed.
Every week, I hate the Commanders' name. Just be the Washington football team.
I would agree with that. Or
the potatoes.
Or, or get rid of Snyder, who's somehow still in the league. What are we waiting for here, Goodell?
Right.
I hate the Eagles. They're my least favorite team in my division, but there's pretty much, Wentz is playing out of his ass. That won't last all season either. I got to go with the Eagles in this game. Can I pick a tie? I guess. Do I get bonus points if they tie and I pick a tie?
You get 2 wins if you pick a tie.
Okay, I'm gonna pick a tie.
We've never had anyone pick a tie before.
Eagles skins. What a stupid week to be a guest. What a week.
Commanders, dude.
Commanders. My bad. WFT.
Dames, what do you got on this? And you can't also go with the tie. I see you.
No, I won't. Marking it so we don't have the same issue next week that we do last week.
Good call, bro.
Dude, Philly. More than just cheesesteak. Makes me horny. That team looked fucking good, dude. That team looked real good.
They look real good. I'm going Eagles as well, man. Big time.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about the Commanders have nothing. I was a Wentz guy, not anymore. All right. Texans at Bears. This is another stupid game. No one's going to watch unless you're a Bears fan or a Texans fan. Yes, we like Lovey. It's back against his old team. That being said, I'm taking Lovey at the Bears. And I think I've said this maybe, and if I haven't, I will say it again. I hate Justin Fields. I just don't think he's a good quarterback. Now, as a person, maybe he's a nice guy. But as a quarterback, I just don't think he has the it factor. I feel like he's, sloppily getting through some games, but 2 to 3 years from now, he'll be a backup or he won't be in the league. You can come back and watch season 1, episode 3 of this and requote me if you want. But I'm going Texans at Bears. Texans win on the road. James Mars, who you got?
I care about this game because it has implications for other teams, not necessarily either of these 2 teams. But I picked against Houston twice, and I picked Chicago twice, and only one team has let me down. That's the Bears. That might have been my fault for picking them against the Packers, but
might have been.
Yeah.
I do think they play better at home. I think the defense is inspired by being on their home field. I think that field is a nightmare to play on to begin with. So it gives their defense an advantage automatically. However, I don't think Houston goes 1-1. Yeah. I don't think they go 0-2-1.
Right.
So I'm going to pick Houston to win this game.
Dames and Jas, who you got?
The Bears.
Oh, you're going Bears. Why?
I feel like your comment towards Fields makes me want to pick Fields. He has the running ability. He has the running ability, and my God, it can't get any worse than the first 2 games, can it? Like there has to be some progress. A couple plays they can gain some yards. I don't know, but I feel like Damon's point. I've been there. I've been to Chicago a couple times, and for some reason, it was the last few years, I guess. So the outcome was always bad for my team. So I think the Bears at home are tough.
All right.
The Bears.
The Bears. All right. Rams, Cardinals division game. Dames, we're going to let you start with this one. Who you got?
I've toiled over this because both teams look like shelling themselves the first couple of weeks. And I think more so the Cardinals, because I thought they were poised to win the division this year. I know they got some injuries and Kyler doesn't have a lot of weapons, but he is a weapon in himself. And I just think the Rams barely squeaked this one out. But I'm not comfortable with the pick. But what my head's telling me is the Rams are going to stay on top of them for one more year based on what I've seen so far this year.
Dames and Jas, who you got?
I'll be happy to be wrong, though.
I would like to see how the Cardinals react to their game this week. Do they take that and run with it? And now that did start them to, being that team you thought maybe they were at the beginning of the year, Damon? Or do they use all their emotion and, everything they had to win that game, and it just already took too much of them, and, they get their ass kicked? I'm banking on the first. I'm banking on the Cardinals to keep it going at home. Win.
All right. I am actually going to go with Dames on this one. I'm going Rams, and here's the reason why. We go back to the coach and the quarterback. Kingsbury, please. I think McVay's way better. Their defense is better. Now, do they both have stud quarterbacks? Yes. I feel like Stafford fits his system well. Kyler obviously is one of those guys who can make crazy plays happen. But I'm going to go better coach to the Rams. Say the quarterbacks are roughly even, and the better defense is definitely the Rams. So I think Donald is going to disrupt that. I don't know if Connor is healthy, so who knows how much he'll get the ball. I'm going Scrams on the road, a short trip down to Arizona. All right, moving on. This one's up. Dames Marv's, this side over here. I finally got it right. He's over here, okay? We're going with his NFHell team, which is the Seahawks. They're hosting the Hotlanta Falcons, coming all the way across the country.
In the right direction.
In the right direction. Well, if you're
that plays into it, because if we were traveling there, I would say they beat us. I still think they're actually going to beat us, but they're 0-2. We're 1-1. I'm going to play the odds on this one and say that Pete finds a way to sneak out. He's had some pretty devastating losses against Atlanta, and I think those kind of things stick with him, and he'll find a way to get Gino. I can't even believe I'm saying that.
I can't believe you're saying that.
But if Seattle loses this game, I'll be hard pressed to pick them again this year. So,
right, Jas, G-Man Jas, who you got on this one?
I can bring a Gino story into ruining Eli Manning's streak, so I hate Gino. Or did I say Gio Manning? Gino ruining Manning's streak. My bad. And so I don't like him. I would never pick that he will win another game. Falcons.
Wow. Okay. All right. I'm actually going to stick with Dames on this one. I just think these teams are, they're pretty equally matched.
Gino, please.
Whatever. But I'm going to go with one factor, the 12th man, because the Seahawks fans are still going to come out. It's at home. It's going to be loud and ruckus. Mariota, please. I feel like the Cordero Patterson experiment is over. People kind of caught on to that. It's almost like the wild.
Oh, you know what though? I feel like you saying Mariota is like makes me go, can we get him for Gino?
Right.
Straight across, because I would take it.
But the thing is Mariota, you're not like, I feel like, yeah, he'd be better than him, but is he really the guy?
I just want to I want to watch the game and not like have puke in my throat the entire time.
Mariota could be like the Tannehill where he gets another chance like Tannehill and he has a good season or two. And I don't buy your Cordell Patterson comment either. I still think he's pretty
Electric.
good.
Think he's electric? Do you? All right, Sunday night football. Damon's least favorite team, or I guess I don't know why we would say least favorite. It's sure you hate this team. The Niners at probably another team now that you hate. The Denver Broncos. Go ahead and start this one off.
Well, since Garoppolo's playing against Russell Wilson, we now have the two most punchable. Well, no, I take that back. Aaron Rodgers is the second most punchable quarterback in the NFL.
He's happy and nice now with his
No,
trips, man. He's nice now.
Stupid face. But
he did that like two
very punchable faces in Garoppolo and Wilson. Wilson's looked like garbage. The teams look like garbage. The Niners kind of look like garbage too. That wasn't a pretty win that they had against us. We were just terrible. God dang. I'm just gonna go with Denver because
you can't pick the Niners, can you?
I won't, first of all. This is I like the tie thing here, but also like if the stadium imploded, oh well, I'd be all right with that. I'm going Denver because they're at home.
Either everyone dies or Denver you're taking. All right,
but
Jeff.
This is how I honestly feel, dude. If San Francisco wins, like, give me that draft pick, baby. Give me that draft pick.
Yeah, you're deep down. You definitely want the Seahawks or the Broncos to lose, dude. You want the number one pick.
I'll not say it.
Then you'll have two top five. You'll be like the Jets this year, the 4-10, bro. Serious.
Yeah,
that could happen. All right, Jas, who you got in this Sunday night game? Niners, Donkeys. Broncos.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Damon and go with the Broncos. I don't have a lot of faith in either of those teams right now. But I remember someone not long ago saying how good Russell Wilson is. So I don't think he forgot how to play football, and it is early, and he is gelling with new weapons, and he is, getting comfortable with his own offense. However, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, go ahead, Damon.
He also has pin in his throwing finger.
Hashtag just saying.
Pin and finger. But yeah, I'm picking them, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, I'm actually going to go the opposite of both of you. I'm taking the Niners, and here's why. I think Garoppolo getting a full week, he's the starter. It's like he doesn't have to sit around. There's no competition. All that weirdness is gone. I feel like in one game it's gone. He comes in, he helps him win that game. Everybody's like, oh, Jimmy G's back. Yeah, do we want to punch that guy in the face every day? But at Denver, who, like we've all said, is not playing well. Russell looks like trash. And not trash like as in as bad as bad, but for Russell Wilson, he doesn't look good. So I still feel like it's going to take longer in Denver for him to gel. I don't know what it is. I just feel like he just seems slow. They just seem slow to me. So I'm going to say Niners. They're going to rally around Jimmy G, winning on the road.
You think Russell leaving Seattle is akin to Griffey going to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Like he'll put up numbers, but he'll never have the magic.
Right.
I guess
I'm with you. I'm going with that.
Making me sad.
Yeah. I lived through both, bitch.
Right.
NFL. On his coach, I watched A-Rod go to a division rival.
Oh my God. And you watched A-Rod go from 150 pounds to but he didn't do. Okay, anyway. All right, we digress. Here at NFL, we want to hear what you think. We got one game left. We're going to talk about the Monday night game. Please comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Tell us how dumb we are. Tell us how smart we are. We love the game of football, and we just love, talking about it. Last game of the week, Monday night. I guess we're going to have to start with who. I mean, hasn't he already been talking about the Giants the whole night? That we
Not this game.
That's true. That's true. All right. Cowboys at Giants, Monday Night Football, closing it out. Thanks for joining us, G-Men, Jas, on really short notice. We appreciate it. We're going to let you roll out your pick on this game first.
All right, appreciate you guys having me on, and I'm hoping, if I beat you both this week, that's an invite to next week. We'll see what happens, see how you guys feel about it. But obviously, I'm picking the Giants. Week 3 at home. Daboll has already sent out the letter to the fans. White out. I should have worn my white jersey right now. I just thought of it. Damn it. White out. Everybody wear your white. Giving out the white towels. Color rush white unis. I'm hoping the white helmets, they don't ever really do that. So I'm guessing it'll be the blue helmet. But all we got to do is locate Mr. Parsons and double chip, run around, probably not around. Stay away from him. Don't let him wreck the game. Our defense, we destroyed Henry. We contained McCaffrey. Zeke is like a third of each of those two. And, Pollard might be the best option, but we won't have a big enough lead for them to have to, use him in the passing game too much. Giants are going to win this one. I think we're going to get our offense going a little bit. It's going to be about 27-17. G-Men 3-0, leading the division.
When's the last time they started 3-0? Do you know?
Well, I know they for sure did in 12 when, Plaxico shot his dick when we were like 10-0. So it's been about a decade.
About a decade. Well,
your leg, Plax. I don't know why someone else.
Go 10-0. I'll shoot my dick.
Yeah.
It was just his thigh.
That's a trade. That's a trade I'll make.
That's a trade.
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna roll with the Giants as well. I feel like they're a hot team. I love their coach, their quarterback. But I also don't like McCarthy, and the Cowboys are starting a backup quarterback. So if we go by that theory, Giants win. I also agree. Saquon is playing great. Control the game. As long as DJ doesn't make any dumb turnovers, I think the Giants roll. Their defense is playing well. They force a lot of turnovers. So I'm going Giants as well. 27-17.
I like it. Don't forget to, check out our safeties this weekend.
Get the same scores.
X-Man.
Yeah.
In the love, man.
I did.
I'm going to destroy this game.
Well,
All right, here we go, James. We both picked the Giants.
here's the deal. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys do have an injured quarterback, but the G-Men are poised and ready against two very tough running backs in the first 2 weeks of the season. They will be able to spell Zeke, who's not that great anyway.
No.
And I think the G-Men rise to 3-0.
Oh,
First time I'm picking them this year, even though I previously stated they were the worst team in the NFL. That is the Colts or the Falcons, depending on or this week. But here's the real score of the game. All right. It's going to be 23-13. G-Men.
all right. Still taking the 10-point swing.
I
Love it.
like it.
Put it in here.
All right, again. Dames Marvs. Sponsored by Mahoney Fire Sprinkle Incorporated. Could you say it again? I'm
Mahoney Fire Sprinkler Incorporated.
Mahoney.
okay.
For all your needs. Your garden needs.
Dames Marvs joining us. Jas, G-Men, Giant, whatever you want to call them, down below, coming in, helping us out tonight.
Loser works.
Upkey 24.
I'm your host.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me. Love you.
Love you too.
Go Giants.
Picks. Peace.
Don't forget to speak your piece in the comments section. Also, like and subscribe to Lock 22 Productions, and thank you for listening to NFHell.